join me again for another talk, and we're going to be doing some drilling, thank God. Talk about awkward springs. This has been one of the most challenging spring drilling seasons that I can remember, and the Met Office I saw the other day actually called this the wettest spring in the last 42 years. So it's very challenging for farmers at the moment. So what are we doing? Well, in a good crop rotation, you want to try and get some spring crops in there as a break crop from your primary sort of money maker. And on our farm, the sort of primary crop that we grow is winter wheat. That's where we make the money, when we do make money. Spring barley is pretty good in terms of margin, so that's what we're growing. And this is a malting variety, so it'll be used for, hopefully, beer, which is quite satisfying. So it is quite a nice crop to grow from that point of view, because you can enjoy the benefits of it afterwards. So as you can see here, I've finally got the tractor kitted out and ready. So we've got the drill on the back. That's what actually plants the seed into the ground, and we've had a look at that already with me calibrating that early in the season. Tractor, issues we've had this drilling season. We had punctures. The rubber had split on one of the tyres, so we had to have 2 new tyres. And to put into context, farmers always accused of moaning. Well, we moan because our moans are often pretty legitimate, and 700 quid per tyre, it puts your family hatchback costs into perspective somewhat. So that's a bitter pill we've had to swallow, but we need to get on and get this in the ground. Well, I thought I'd start off by doing a little tour of the cab. So what have we got in the cab, and how do we use it? How does it work? Everything in here, because as I pan the camera around, you'll see that it is a bit busy, shall we say. The first screen here, this is a RTK self-steer system by Sverkern. It's a brilliant system. We've just managed to get a grant to buy this, as it's quite an expensive bit of kit, but it enables essentially the tractor to steer itself. It doesn't turn headlands itself, it just steers in a straight line itself, which is fantastic, because as you'll see, drilling is actually one of the more tiring jobs that we do on the farm, because you're having to concentrate for such a long period of time. This takes a lot of the effort and the labour out of that. Modern tractor cabs are a ergonomic nightmare, because you've got switch panels down on your right there for operating various elements of the tractor, and then you've got all of these additional monitors, and also you'll have a switchboard for a sprayer, which we've got here. This is certainly, if you like, we use one tractor for everything. And then the steering wheel. The steering wheel has this sort of box underneath it, and this is where the motor is that actually steers the wheel itself. It's very, very clever, and it uses a satellite guidance system mounted on the roof of the cab, and a wheel sensor, which you can't see, which is on the front wheel. Right, back in the field, about to start drilling. So let's I'll show you how this all comes together. So this is the tractor going. Got a friend of mine that's doing the piloting, so we can see what it's doing. So you've got this roller on the back, which is metering the seed, so that's governing how much seed is put out by the drill. We catch up. That's the coulter leg, which is putting the seed into the soil. Have a look. We get these channels that the seed will sit in. There's one in the bottom of. We've got the tractor you can see in the middle, and all these lines are where we've gone back and forth with the implement. And what this screen does, which is clever, is it sort of fills in where you've been. So the grey areas of where we've been with the drill, where we planted. And as you can see, it's locked on this sort of purple line. That's the line that we're going to use now. So what we do is we turn on the fan. And why have we got a fan? Well, the fan blows the seed down the tubes of the drill into the ground. So we do that. It's going to get loud now because I'm going to be cranking up the revs of the tractor. Put it in forward, and we lower the drill down, and away we go. Now, as you can see, my hands are not on the wheel. As if by magic, it stirs itself. Look at that. And I can't underestimate how much of a labour-saving device that is, having something that will take that out of it to enable you to concentrate on all the other stuff there is to do, because when you're drilling you have an awful lot of things that you have to be mindful of. You want to be looking out the window, making sure that the seed is being planted okay, that it's deep enough that you don't see any exposed seed on the surface, looking out the back at the drill, as we can see there, making sure that's all right, checking the fan speed. There's loads of stuff to be getting on. Hello, you join us now. We're doing a bit of rolling. So rolling is traditionally the job that we do after drilling. So ideally we have a lovely day like we're having today, and we drill the crop as planting it, and then we roll it. And rolling is just firming down the seed bed, firming down the soil so that there is good contact with the seed and the soil, and that hopefully gives you good establishment and good germination. It's just like you do if you plant seeds at home and you put them in the soil and you firm them in with your hand. That's exactly what we're doing, just on a bigger scale. So you can see the rolls there. We go along with a ferrule lick. You don't want to go too fast that you don't actually do the job, but equally you don't want to be so slow that it takes you forever to do it. So yeah, going at a reasonable pace. But yeah, it's coming down well, it's doing a good job. The ground has dried out beautifully with this lovely weather. So yeah, it's rolling quite well. It's quite a satisfying job. I've got it all on the auto steer, but you can see sort of where you've been. And at the end of the day, you have these lovely lines from a distance, like you've rolled a freshly mown lawn. This is needed because this is going to give us good establishment. So we'll hopefully see the crop when it starts to emerge in this field.